Welcome back to Andover, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 between Phillips Academy Andover and St. Paul School. Cooper Flinton and Chris Hosivar have the goals. St. Paul's 2-1 went tied after 2, and they've scored half of their goals in the third period. 18 compared to 8 in the first and 10 in the second, 18 in the third. And we're underway here in the final period of action. Should be a good one, as it always is between these two schools. And that puck bouncing dangerously in the St. Paul's end right now on the fresh sheet of ice. Andover will be standing from left to right, St. Paul's from right to left. And Jack Hepp has to get away from the back check of Pat Last there. He does just that, and away is Joe Schubert. He's going to cross the blue line, leaves it for Cooper Flinton, who tosses one right into the glove of all-star goaltender Charlie Archer, and he will glove it and hold on. The key for St. Paul's, get one by that guy. He's a pretty notable goaltender for Andover. He was fantastic in St. Paul's last year. He's the school career saves leader and is roughly 4 games away from setting the minutes played record as well. Face-off is to his right. Both goaltenders have been solid. And there's a penalty to Andover here, as Pat Last is going to go into the box very quietly. He steps in, and St. Paul's will head to the power play. It's the momentum from their second power play that garnered them their first goal. They did not score up a man, but that wave of pressure was what led to that Cooper Flinton marker. So we'll see what they can do here. They're 0 for 2. I'm not sure what the penalty to Last was. I don't think he does either. But in comes Owen Sweet. Sweet across the line. I was just wondering what that delay was. Here's Hepp for Seibold on the far wall. Seibold and Hepp play a little catch. It's on the tape of Seibold now. Halliday. Seibold goes to the goal. And he missed the shot high, falling there. Positively distracting everybody else, including myself, was Russell in the middle of the ice. As Seibold just one-time that one past the ear of Archer. He's got it again. Sam Seibold. Up high, Bryson Russell walking the line. Out this way is Owen Sweet now. Bottom of the circle. Fans on the first one, and then gets it back for Russell now for Hepp on his skates. Jack Hepp, 57 seconds to go. Seibold. Russell goes to the front as Halliday moves it in low. Halliday off a body. It's still loose at the far post. It'll come up to Hepp at the line again at the right point. Jack Hepp now low. Sam Seibold on the half wall. Back to the front of the goal. Loose in front. It goes off the skate of Russell. I don't think Halliday or Russell, who were posting at the top of the crease, really knew that that shot was coming through, and it just pinballed its way through all sorts of legs. 38 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Everyone making changes. It's Hughes versus Flinton in the face-off dot. And Flinton has this one at the line. Harrison Sweet this away is Cade Cox shooting, and seeing it all the way there was Archer. Cox saw he had the shot, and he doesn't pass that one up very often. We'll do the same face-off on this side. 6 seconds running off the clock there. This one, Hughes wins on the wall, pounded up by Ivancic, but held in by Cox, not for long, and Ivancic will bang it down the other side of the ice. Sweet will stop back with it. That should about do it for the St. Paul's power play. I suppose 17 seconds left to go. It's time for one last rush, maybe. And they are across the red line right now as Sweet connects with Schubert. Joe Schubert stops as he hits the half wall. Turned it over, though, under the resistance of Hughes. And down the ice it goes again. That will for sure do it. Last is out of the box. And on in his place is Royster. Andover has killed their third penalty of the game. That one goes off the stick of Cox. Here's Flinton backhanding it ahead. It ends up back in the St. Paul's end. And hustling up on it there is Malatesta. He could get good wood on that one. And here comes Sweet. Speedily down the middle of the ice is Flinton. He's got a goal so far. Working in. Taken down. They'll slide into the corner. No penalty on that one. Gets back up to dig away for it. But Andover will chip it to the line and out. Bichette and Levine on the ice. That defensive pair for St. Paul's. It's tapped out there by Flinton. He can't get it deep. Charlie Spence. Malzahn, and then off the stick of Dapa Cornelia at end. Upending Cornelia there is Frechette. Blocked away by Levine in low. It swung up high, but it turned over by Marks. Right onto the stick of Owen Stadheim, who moves away. Stadheim shooting. It goes off his stick. Or not off his stick. What am I saying? It goes off the blocker of Mr. Archer between the pipes. That'll play. Last versus Richard in the face-off circle. Last tied up. Richard is sent to the front of the goal for Shet shooting. It was a blind shot there. And he just missed wide of the far post. Here's Last. He's got his feet moving around the Andover cage. A stretch pass up ahead. Nearly snuck in behind Frechette. It did. Here's Winemaster trying to get around Levine. Winemaster a drive. And that one moves up and off the glass. Too hot to handle at the line for Spence. He's got to go back for it. Spence to Malzahn on the left side. They track up and ahead. It's in the skates of Mick Frechette right now. They'll put it off the boards. Icing is waved off. I guess either Malone got far enough up ahead there. The referees just didn't feel like blowing this one dead. We haven't had a lot of stoppages. It's been a fast-paced game between these two schools. Working in there is Pat Last. Trying to get the pass to Winemaster. That was blocked aside, and Bryson Russell will put it off the boards in front of his bench and out to center. Spence again, Lee Correlli with it. On the left side, Mike Gallagher up and ahead. Last will tip it off the body of Jack Hepp. No further than the face-off circle, and St. Paul's will get their rush going. Andover was changing as trekking with it there is Hepp. He lays it off, sweep back in front for Hepp. He got a whack at the side of the goal, and that was stopped by Archer. The other way, here's Hocevar. He's the goal scorer. That's Royster now, as those two crisscross. Nick Royster tried to make a little move down low. Russell was nearly pickpocketed. Now he's pinned by Royster. Dodged that check, though. Off the boards, tied up there is Seibold. Going down was Sweet. Royster. He's working on Jack Hepp in below the goal line. St. Paul's trying to outmuscle Andover in the defensive zone, and they will. It's lofted out to center with speed. Here is Seibold trying to catch the bouncing puck. He's knocked down. Following up there was Sweet. There's no penalty on that one. Neither player played the puck. It was just kind of sitting there between the tops of the circles. Held in the line there by Halliday, who got it back up high. That's Sweet. In low, Mike Gallagher finds it on his tape. He'll just put it off the boards. Sweet had a tap at it. It's back out to neutral territory. Sweet in front of the scorer's table. That's Owen. Now Harrison on the right side. And JT Halliday will play it no further than the blue line. Starting around with it, here is Will Hughes. Hughes is going to move in. Dodge the check of Cooper Flinton coming across. Couldn't really do anything. His teammates were changing. Passes misfire. Corneli. Do a little bit of a loop and go across the big A. Dapa Keneally getting by a few. Trying to steer around Flinton. He couldn't. Flinton blocked the pass. He then threw it off the body of Hughes in behind the goal. Cooper Flinton posted on the right side there is Stadheim. Connecting towards the middle. It goes off the stick of Schubert. Boxing out Schubert there was Skobelev, the defenseman, as his D partner, Ivanchich, took it back. Here's Skobelev. Onto the stick of Marks. He dropped it. Hughes leads in. And the shot missed or hit his own winger there. That would be Corneli in front of the cage. Great chance there. Will Hughes has been in the slot twice tonight. That was the second time. I don't know if either one made it to the goal. Murphy might have stopped the first one. I'm not sure. Peeling in the middle there is Schubert. He finds Cooper Flinton. St. Paul's onside. It's laid off at the line. Stadheim. He's hit. And now the other way. Here come the Big Blue. It's a 2-on-1. Corneli with Hughes. Corneli dropping. And Marks was taken out of the play. In the other way we go. 3-on-2 St. Paul's. Flinton across the line. He leaves it. Schubert across. And a great stick in there by Malzahn. He pokes it up and out of play. The big red forwards there maybe taking more time than they had. And a good read there by Malzahn to knock it up and out of play. The face-off, a bit of a scramble, ends up back on the stick of Malzahn again. He'll put one high up off the glass. It was knocked down by Winemaster there at center. Blowing a gasket behind the play is Mick Frechette. He's up now as Andover will trek in across the line. Malzahn plays it in deep. That's Last up first in the forecheck. Last, getting around, Frechette tosses it back into the deep. They missed Weinmaster, but there instead is Zhang. Zhang, he's taken down as the shot comes in from the line by Spence. Levine's not going to be happy about it, but he's going to head to the box for the second time. I'll be interested what the formal call here is. The referees are going to talk it over. And they're not going to tell us. I would have liked to say, I always like when they give the signal, but they just go in and mouth a few words to the scorer's table. So Andover, a big power play for them now with 10 minutes left to go in the game, but a 1-1 tie. They will be up a man, looking to break the stalemate. Malzahn shooting, and getting over there is Murphy. He nonchalantly makes a huge save for St. Paul's. Somebody's going to break the tie. St. Paul's has had 3-man advantages. They're 0 for 3. 1 for 1 on the kill so far, though. They're going to kill a second one here. He's Hughes. Top of the far face-off circle. He fanned, and Russell gets it up to the line, but not out. Good keep there by Spence. Charlie Spence taking a look around. He'll crisscross this away. Now across. Hughes with space. Malzahn. Top of the key. Out wide for Hughes. Those are the 3 men up top. Here's Malzahn, a one-timer, and getting in the way with it. Halliday. Malzahn leans in again, and Russell blocked that one. And down the ice it goes. Here's Archer. He's going to loop a stretch pass right up and ahead. Touched on back to Hughes now. That was Royster on the receiving end of a great pass from Charlie Archer. That's the goaltender, ladies and gentlemen. Big part of this Andover squad, obviously. Here's Spence turning. Hughes shooting. Save it. Rebound was there. And it's cleared by Sweet to the boards, but not out. Spence. Moving. Here is Hughes. He shoots through traffic. Hit a body. Went to Royster. Referee out at center ice here. Says it went off a high stick, and it had to have gone off an Andover stick. Hughes looking for an explanation. This will be moved outside the zone. 9:05 to go and 52 seconds remaining in the penalty to Levine. 1-1 tie here between St. Paul's and Andover. Hughes to Spence. Spence across the red line. Andover will get set up here as Spence makes the zone entry. Bobbled the puck momentarily there, but then moves it this way for Malzahn. Malzahn for Connealy. Circling to the circle. Here's Spence leaning into a drive. Comes off the boards in front. And Stadheim in the right place at the right time will cycle it down. Spence with 2 goals this year from the back end. Looking for his third right there. He's the catalyst of this Andover defense. With some speed there is Malatesta, the second unit on for the Big Blue right now, although Hughes still on the ice, and so is Spence. There's Hughes. Penalty just about over. You hear the stick tap from Archer. That's bobbled by Spence. Out of the box is Levine on in his place. Well, they sent Malone over the boards. It's technically not on in Levine's place, but still. You get the message. Stadheim stuck by the check. He's taken down. He was nearly by Ray Galasso. I guess I spoke too soon there. Galasso got something, whether it was an arm or a stick, back in on him. Still looking for our 3rd goal total of the hockey game. Each team looking for their second. It's a 1-1 tie. Moving to the middle there was Hocevar. Russell, that puck is bouncing. Is it going to clear? No. Good step up by Galasso. He found his man on the left side. That was Marks who sends it around. Galasso there to meet this one. Malone couldn't tip it by him. Now here's Frechette. He makes a nice little move there around Gallagher. Frechette to the front. Charging there was Malone. He couldn't get a stick on it. Now it's Mick Frechette out the other side with a blast. It'll come to the far corner for Richard. That one tipped towards the front. Went high and wide off the stick of Frechette. Malone is muscling for this one. 7 minutes to go in the hockey game. Mick Frechette is back. Cross corner dump in and out of his net to move it around. There is Archer. Dangerously up the middle of the ice. No one home for St. Paul's, and lucky for Andover. Levine pushed further in his own end. Nearly misfired on that pass. Team's just a bit sloppier here in the third than the previous 2 periods, that's for sure. As passes missing their marks just a little bit more. That one did there, and Frechette will jump on it. It's Frechette pins the puck to the board. Seibald digs it free momentarily. Now it's Frechette. Throws it in on Archer, tapped away, but right to Owen Sweet. St. Paul's and Andover both looking for a goal. It would be critical. They're trying to get back in the race. Look out here, Levine, a big try, but a save is made by Archer. Yeah, this win for whoever it be would be a big one. These teams both need them, trying to get back to 500 and then eventually over 500. That's the hope. 6 minutes left to play though, and we are locked at 1. Harrison Sweet almost intercepted that one. Andover will play it back. That stretch pass on the stick of Hughes. He'll bounce one and give chase, but Cox is there to cover. Up the line, glove down by Skobelev. Bible nearly knocked down Marks. I saw that stick going towards his skates. It was quite dangerous. Corneli dropping it. Andover retaining possession. They can't make their zone entry. They're being pushed further and further back into their own end right now. At the line, glove down there by Sweet, swing and a miss by Seibald. And now the Big Blue will move across the red line, Skobelev, and then knocked in. At flash, back to the front, Skobelev with a tip. And I think Murphy got a piece of it. Andover bench calling for a tripping penalty, probably could be one. Then it's sent to the front again, Skobelev, a shot out the other side, they score! Moimir Petras, and Andover's back on top, it's 2-1. That one just sneaks underneath Charlie Murphy. There's some chaos around the St. Paul's goal. The Big Blue back out in front of this one. It's the junior out of Bratislava, Slovakia, Moimir Petras. Petras' second goal and second point in an Andover uniform. And St. Paul's is going to take their time out now, trailing 2-1 with 5 minutes left to go. Petras, one of 4 international students on this Andover roster. Zachary Georges of Geneva, Switzerland. Petras, of course, of Slovakia. And then Shane Shalest and Charlie Archer, 2 goaltenders for the Big Blue. Both of, Quebec and Ontario, respectively. Canada. Well, St. Paul's finds themselves trailing once more. And this has been the trouble for the St. Paul's team so far in the season, not getting undone when going down a goal in the third period. I mentioned that when allowing a first goal, St. Paul's is 2-5. Right? Yes, 2-5. And their 2 wins came over St. George's and Brewster, teams below them in the standings. So they're still looking for their first win against a team over them in the standings in that category. It'll be tested here. Andover's going to be tested as well, because you know the Big Red are going to come. And the Big Blue need to hold their ground and hold on for the victory, because they need it. 1-4 in their last 5 games, Andover is. St. Paul's wins the face-off at center ice. It's under 5 minutes now to go in the hockey game, and moving with it out at center ice is Bryson Russell. He'll get the puck deep. Archer plays it up off the boards. That's Schubert trying to send it to the front of the goal. It was blocked aside. Schubert trying to work for the puck back. Charlie Spence knocked off there by Halliday. Or not Halliday, that's Stadheim. Now a bouncing puck comes through. Russell shot it with Schubert standing in front of the cage. Puck is still loose in that corner. Nobody can really get anything going. And now the Big Blue will move it out to center ice as Hocevar clears the zone. At for Stadheim, and then it's backhanded in deep. There is Schubert. St. Paul's will make a change. Joe Schubert on behind the goal. Looking at Hepp at the face-off circle. Jack Hepp, the defenseman, works in deep. Stadheim's in front of the goal. Hepp is pinned by Malzahn. It's moved this away is for Owen Sweet. Stadheim in his pass. It was knocked away, but not out. Hosivar, he's got the goal to make it 1-0. Wojciech Petros has a difference maker right now in this one. It's 2-1 Andover. Archer will stop this dump-in attempt. Jumped over the stick there of Levine, and he's going to have to work back for it. Pushed further by Andover. There's Mick Frechette. Oh, dangerously at the side of the goal. Levine just got there. Coming in was Veneri. And Veneri again got in the way of that pass. St. Paul's with a bit of trouble right now. It kicked towards the middle. Nothing doing. That pass from Halliday to Seibold jumped under his stick. It goes up and nearly hits the roof, but stays in play somehow. And pushing it further there is Veneri. Mick Frechette bangs it all around. Having to come back is Halliday. It was Owen Sweet who took the puck instead. Now it's Levine following through. He just backhands one up and ahead. St. Paul's is changing its defense pairing right now. 2:52 remaining here in the game. 2-1 Andover. Petros has scored for the Big Blue. It's looped out to center. Cox is back on it. Up there for checking is Veneri again. Sweet. Seibold cuts to the middle, trying to find Cox. It goes across the ice, and Cox will meet it there. He's got 3 Big Blue jerseys around him, but gets the puck deep, and Cooper Flinton is on the ice to win it back for St. Paul's. Hughes stole it instead for Andover. He'll pass it through the legs there of Flinton up the right side. That's Marks curling back. Andover just trying to possess the puck here and wear down the clock. Intercepted by Cox. That's Stadheim. Now for Joe Schubert. He gets by Schubert in front. Nobody was home for St. Paul's as I think Sweet was actually going to go now to the front of the net. And the net was off its moorings. Archer had to put it back on. He was looking for a whistle. Oh. Refs might want to talk this one over. Corneli was way ahead of things, and icing is called against Andover. With under 2 minutes to play, a second under, everyone getting ready at center ice, and that's where the faceoff's going to be. I don't think there's much argument about that one. They'll let Andover change, and the Big Blue will pass up on that opportunity. Hughes won the draw at center, and back on this one is Spence. Spence for Marks. Andover trying to close out a win here on home ice. St. Paul's has not won in this building since 2013. They trail by a goal. And look out here. It's Corneli shoots and scores! That's a dagger! Tampa Corneli, his 4th goal of the year, and he's just made it a 2-goal hockey game here at Andover. The offense running drive for St. Paul's here late, so they can't get the tying goal, and then Corneli opportunistic drills that one behind Charlie Murphy to make this one 3-1. St. Paul's has got a hill to climb now. Loved up in the air. That's a hand pass against Andover. The Blue are arguing the St. Paul's player touched it. That is an invalid argument, though. I don't think any St. Paul's player was even near that glove pass. St. Paul's has pulled the goaltender. They trail by 2 here in Andover. Off the face-off, to somewhat of a tie-up. Sweet trying to chip it to the goal. It was blocked. Now behind the net. Flinton dodging a check and still loose there. Spence is upended. It found its way to Flinton, but he was, well, interfered with. I mean that in the sense of good defensive play, not a penalty. Osavar will cycle back with it and loop one high up in the air, knocked down by a high stick by Hep, and no call. My goodness, here's Flinton who shoots, and Archer makes the glove save. I thought that one was a high stick for sure. It was up above or near the head of Hep. The marker is the shoulders. I thought that was near Hep's head for sure. Under a minute to go now. St. Paul's trying to get the unit they want out there. Halliday is the extra attacker. He's also the only guy back here. And St. Paul's had their two defensemen in front of the net there. 48 seconds, and out to center from Andover again. Halliday's gonna hustle back for this one. 43 seconds to play. Halliday rotates it. Here comes Cox. Up the left side, Cade Cox. He shoots, it goes off a leg. Halliday was going to the front. Couldn't get a piece of it. Statheim. Halliday, here's Schubert in front, knocked away, comes back for Cox, the shot, the rebound was there, only for a moment, but Archer ever solid. And he'll make the save and hold on. St. Paul's is gonna need one every 10 seconds. 13 seconds, actually. You want to be really close, 13.2 seconds to tie this hockey game. St. Paul's still making a late change. Off the face-off, Cox swung and missed. It's loose for Flinton on the backhand. He tossed it across the edge of the paint. Bichette fighting for that puck. He upended his man. That's Richard out wide. One-timer by Flinton. He missed the goal wide. Bichette then got whacked. Going for that puck. Here's Richard. Bichette's in the middle. He missed the goal. Now cycle in front again. It was on the stick of Flinton. 1 second left to go. They'll stop the clock with .4 remaining. And that pretty much does it on this one. Andover's going to get a big win and improve their record to 5-6. And this one's all said and done. One last face-off here. St. Paul's will move to 4-8. And they just let the .4 seconds run off, and Andover has their first win in 2020. They defeat St. Paul's 3-1 behind 2 third-period goals. So glad you joined us. My name is Ryan Murphy, signing off here from Andover.